I ain't gonna be ranking best and worst costume on. I'm just gonna do the signature and melee characters. Veterans, I mean. Starting off with Mario. His costume are actually really solid. But the best one was easy. I think the best one is his rain outfit. Because the color combo is nice and yeah. The worst one was also easy. As Look, I know NES Golf Mario is an obvious reference, but it just looks so ugly. The only two saying this thing is its origin and its red shoes. It's time for Donkey Kong now. Donkey Kong's best is obviously the red one based on the original Donkey Kong. It's a unique reference and red looks really good. The worst one was very obvious. It's this pink one. The pink just looks gross on Donkey Kong. Not really a fan of it. Alright, now it's time for Link. Link's best one could be in them, but I think it's the Fierce Duty because it just looks really good on Link. I think the worst one for Link is his Royal Guard outfit, since I don't really like the colors. I think Samus's best it could be the purple one, which I like lazy, but that's not my favorite. It's the black one because black just looks really good on Samus. The worst one is this green one because it looks ugly on Samus and looks similar to the original. Now it's time for Dark Samus. Dark Samus's best is obvious. It's the gray and red one. It's based on her original concept. The worst one is easy also, being the red and yellow one because it just looks so awful. Now, Yoshi's costumes are pretty good because they are just based on different Yoshis. But my favorite one that isn't based on Yoshi, but instead crafted Yoshi. I know everyone has a strong hatred for this costume because they replaced Black Yoshi, but I think it worked pretty well for crafted Yoshi. The worst one for Yoshi is I think the purple one. Well, not because it's my least favorite Yoshi, because I think it could have done a better purple with pink shoes and red spines. And plus, they cut the iconic black Yoshi. That was the best alternate costume in Smash 4 ever. Alright, well, now it's time for Kirby. Kirby's best is simple. It's this yellow one, which looks really cool. As for the worst, it's this green one. It looks pukey disgusting, and its yellow feet look horrible. It's way better than Smash 4. It replaced its by far best alt, the Plasma Kirby. Anyways, now it's time for Fox. Fox's best one is, I think, will have to be the purple one because the purple fur looks really good on Fox. I think the worst one is his original because all of his costumes look very good. That makes the default boring. Now, Pikachu is our first character to get hats, which are really cool. I think the best one for Pikachu would be obvious for a lot of fans. Pikachu Libre. It's going to be really cool to see his costume if it is in its next Smash game. The worst one is easy. The worst one is Selene Pikachu. I have a strong hatred for his costume because it looks kind of ugly and is a bit too simple for the original. And plus, it replaced Pikachu's by far best alt being Choice Band Pikachu. I really hate this costume so much. Luigi's costumes are also really good. I think the best one for Luigi is his fire costume because it's unique and it has an obvious reference. The worst one I think will have to be this costume because it looks gross. Ness is just like Fox. I'll see. The best one for Ness is his field costume because it looks really good on Ness. But I think Ness's worst one will have to be his original because all his costumes add so much personality, which makes the default the worst. Captain Falcon's best has to be the gold one because gold looks really good. The worst one for Captain Falcon is his Blood Falcon costume because it looks really ugly on him. Now, Jigglypuff's costumes are really awesome, but I think Jigglypuff's best one will have to be the Sleepy Hat. Well, I mean, not Sleepy Hat. I think the best one will have to be her original. Jigglypuff's costumes will have to look so unnatural for some reason. Not that the other colors are bad. I just think her default is the best for no reason. I think the worst one will have to be Jigglypuff's Strat because it got rid of his Shine Flame Smash one, which just looks kind of bad. Now it's time for Peach, who has really good costumes as well. But I think Peach's best is obviously her white and red one, because it looks really good on Peach and it has two references based on her Fire Flower and SNS in her Mario Bros. Form. I think the worst one for Peach is the blue one, because it's a reference to the Daisy Cove, which just feels like a weak reference. And yeah. Daisy costumes are really cool as well, but the best one is definitely her red one, because it's the only one to change her gloves black. I think the worst one for Daisy will have to be the green one because it just doesn't look that good. The best one for Bowser, I think, will have to be the green one because it has red hair and it's based on his appearance in Super Mario World and his appearance, one of his colors in Alternate Golf Mario Golf. The worst one, I think, will have to be Bowser's combination of the black and brown costume from WoW. It just looks like a complete waste. I think the best one for ice climbers is definitely the white one, because it looks really good. The worst one for ice climbers is this. It just changes various shades, but it's not their fault. Chic is simple. The best one is obviously her Ocarina of Time appearance, for obvious reasons. The worst one is her yellow one. It looks like a Monster Karate suit. It is gross on her. Zelda also has a strong selection. I think the best one would have to be her Twilight Princess one, because the hair just looks really good. Yeah, well, I think the worst one for Zelda will have to be the green one, because green doesn't look that good on Zelda, and the blonde hair looks horrible. Dr. Mario's costumes are kinda lame. I think I think the best one will obviously have to be the black one, for obvious reasons. I'm not gonna explain it. The worst one is this purple one because it looks ugly on him. I think Pichu's default appearance is the best, although his costumes are still good. I think the worst one will have to be Aqua Headband Pikachu. I mean Pichu. But this is a really popular costume. The reason why I hate it is because it looks similar to the goggles. Falco's best, I think, will have to be the black one because it looks just really good. The worst one, I think, will have to be this orange one because it's the only one not change its fur any else blue and looks similar to the default. Mart is obvious. The best one for Mart is his white costume based on Leaf. The worst one is his other blue one, cause come on, it looks bland on him. Lucina's best is very obvious. It's the one based on Tiki, which looks really cool. The worst one for Lucina is Pukey Greenhold. It looks gross on Lucina. Young Link's costumes are actually really good, but the best one for Young Link is his Dark Link alt for obvious reasons. I think the worst one for Dark Link is his Dark Blue one because one Young Link only has another blue one, and the Dark Blue just doesn't look that good. Time for the worst Captain Ultimate. The best one for Ganondorf is his Twilight Princess one, because for obvious reasons. The worst one is his green one, because it's ugly and looks similar to the original. Mewtwo costumes are kind of disappointing. I think the best one will have to be obvious for many players, being this one. It's based on Shadow Lugia, which I think is a nice nod. I think the worst one for Mewtwo will have to be his blue one, since Mewtwo only has another blue one, and it just doesn't look that good. Alright, three more. Roy's best, I think, will have to be the gold one, because it just looks really cool on Roy. I think the worst one for Roy will have to be the dark red and purple, because it doesn't look that good. Crom's costumes are kinda weak, but I think the best one will have to be the white and orange one, because it just looks good. The worst one I think will have to be something for Crom. I think the worst one will have to be this, because it looks too similar to the dude. Type 1 last melee character, Mr. Game Watch, who's obvious. The best one for Mr. Game Watch is his white costume, because white looks good on Mr. Game Watch. The worst one is obvious. It's this disgusting blue alt. Just, ugh. Alright, well, that's it. Mr. Game Watch's alts are pretty weak. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. See you next fight for Brawl and Smash 4.